Hi, this is Dave Arnold. Welcome to News Talk 980 CJME's Talk to the Experts. Lots of guests in the studio. As always, Sarah Wheelwright from Trustedsaskatoon.com. You bring them in.
We do. We've got a glamorous crew in here today as well.
You've got quite the lineup. We're going to be featuring some very, very special businesses today. Tell us a bit about them.
We do. Today's theme is the Home and Lifestyle Show. So you may be kind of looking around after the Christmas craziness and wanting to do things to your home without tearing down walls and building things and making new rooms. Things that can be kind of fixes that can really enhance your life inside your home. And the three experts that we have in here today, we have Joe from Radio Centre, a very well-known audiovisual store, locally owned and operated, as all of our businesses are, on Dudney. And Joe will answer the questions that the Facebook fans have given us on everything audio-visual, and TV seems to be a big theme right now, and all the differences. We have Leanne from Budget Blinds, again, a very well-known locally, a very successful window coverings operation, a franchise in Regina, and they are actually moving to a new location on 8th and Hamilton. And we also have Sarah from Urbane Q3, which is a beautiful big store on Broad. If you haven't been in there, please do, because they've got some great furniture and some wonderful accessories. And as I said, all of them are going to be answering the questions that the public want to know. And one lucky question will be selected by yourself, Dave, for however you do that. And they will win a wonderful $700 plus prize package today.
Yeah, it's a great prize pack. You always put together a great prize pack from the businesses that come in, and it's always a special part of the show too for everyone. But it's really about finding out more information from the businesses that work with and you work with at Trustedsaskatoon.com. And this is not something that it's just anybody kind of goes, oh yeah, pick me.
Yes, no, that's correct. I mean, these are businesses that really have shown themselves to be leaders when it comes to customer service. As I said, they're locally owned, operated and accountable. And they've all kind of bought into the philosophy of trusted. They were doing this a long time before we came along. We just kind of pulled it all together. And things like this just really help because we really become the halfway point between the consumer and the businesses. So we kind of ask the businesses the questions the consumer wants, and we find the answers for the consumer without having the pressure of being in and being sold to. And that just makes a relationship before the transaction happens, and transactions do happen from this.
Well, let's get right into the questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Can we start with Joe? Joe, you going to kick things off for us?
Sure. I should clarify, though, I don't feel very glamorous, at least in comparison to everyone else, but I'll do my best.
Joe from Radio Center. First question, again, this is a Facebook question from Teresa. There's so many different types of TVs out there these days, it gets confusing. Are the new 3D LED TVs damaging to the eyes, and can they be set on normal TV and 3D when needed? I also don't understand the difference between plasma, LCD, or LED. What is the best kind to buy? Now, that's a question.
That's a question. Yes, it is. And I will do my best to answer it. As far as the damaging to the eyes, I know that there are certain cases where people do have issues with 3D. I think for the most part, it's not a problem. It's probably one of those things that's best when you're in the store and you're first looking is obviously just to try it and see. Now, with that said, 3D is only there when you want it to be there. If you've rented a movie that's in 3D or you've bought a movie that's in 3D, it plays in 3D. A lot of the new TVs will also upconvert 2D to 3D. As an example, if you're watching the hockey game and you want to watch it in 3D, you can actually take that 2D picture and turn it 3D. So again, it's not something that's there all the time, and the only time you have to wear the glasses is actually when you want to watch something in 3D. So it's a feature that's turn-onable, which is not really a word, but I just made that up.
and it's working for me, by the way.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Yeah,
I think that'll be all right. So it's there when you want it. As far as damaging to the eyes, no. But as far as being able to view it, I think that's definitely something that you need to test in advance. Almost all of the TVs now are 3D capable. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have to always be, or at any time, be in 3D.
In that mode itself.
That's right.
What about the difference between plasma, LCD, and LED? I mean, we hear this, oh, it's plasma, it's this, it's that. What's the difference?
And really, there's two main differences between the two, although it says 3, the two different styles. So first off, the reason I say 2 is because LCD, all LED TVs are actually also LCD, but they have LED backlighting to enhance them. LCD was the original technology. LED has been added to it. So they're still all an LCD television, and then they've had the LED added to them.
Kind of LCD on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Just it enhances it, it makes it better, and they continue to improve that. Better brightness, better picture quality as well. So they all start off as a base LCD, but then most, if not all of them now, are LED. And then the other is plasma. The difference between the two is not necessarily cut and dry, and it used to be further apart than it currently is, but a plasma will always handle motion better. So if you're a sports fan, if you watch a lot of action movies, you probably want to lean towards a plasma. That's not always 100%, but that's kind of the way that you go. If you're in a darker environment, plasma also is a better solution. It just handles being in a darker environment better. And off-axis viewing, and what I mean by that is you don't have to sit in the middle to watch the TV. You can be off to the side. That's not always the best seat, but if you're in that side seat, it still looks fine. You don't lose any picture quality.
So that was about 5 questions in one. I want to get to another question quickly here before we wrap things up. This is about sound. This is from Pamela. We bought a 55-inch 3D TV for Christmas. Would you recommend a home theater system to go with the TV? Are they worth the money? If you do recommend a theater system, what's your recommendation for best quality at the best price?
The quick answer is yes to the home theater system. It really does enhance it, and there's a lot of other features that obviously we can explain that go along with actually getting a home theater system. I know there's a lot of people that over the last 5 years or 6 years have bought a big screen TV, but they didn't buy that sound system. So that's something that you can either get with a new television, or you can obviously add to your existing system as well. And it just enhances the overall experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to play loud or have a lot of bass, but it's there as an option, and it just really enhances it. And again, it's something that when you take all of your components and you add them into your home theater, it's just going to make it better, and it makes it a lot simpler to control as well. So I would highly recommend a home theater system. And there's lots of different ways to do it. There's a full 7.1 system. There's sound bars that are out there, which is a nice clean solution. And there's even just 2-channel where people just want to add a little bit more sound than the television sound. So lots of different ways for home theater. I highly recommend it. And there's solutions from $300 to unlimited, because you can put $10,000 speakers on your sound system if you want to. And you can also have $500 speakers on your sound system. And obviously the 10,000 are going to sound a little bit better. Well, a lot better.
Yeah,
but the small ones, the less expensive systems still will make that jump. And once you start to use your home theater, you'll always use your home theater.
Fantastic. Listen, I'm glad we got a couple of those in. We covered a lot of ground there.
Good.
Thanks, Joe. Great. Good stuff. Leanne, also in the studio with us from Budget Blinds. Good to see you, Leanne. How are you?
I'm really excited to answer some of these questions. They're all something that I think a lot of people wonder about.
Let's get right into the questions. This is from Carla. A little bit of a long read, but it needs to be. House has 4 large windows on the front, 1 oblong above the window, 3 down the sides of the door, all about the same size. What type of blinds would you suggest? And she does narrow it down. I don't like the typical slat ones. Would like something that's pet-friendly, no ropes or strings, lets in a fair amount of light. It'd be their main light source during the day, apparently. Heard that there is also remote control now. Is that an option? Don't really feel like pulling out a ladder to daily open and close blinds. Haha. Thank you. That's from Carla.
Yeah, Carla has a great question, and there's a few different points in there that I want to touch on. The first one is having a long oblong window on top of some smaller ones. That's becoming very popular in the homes we're seeing right now. And a lot of times, those windows are for decoration and just to let light in. So a lot of times, privacy is not a concern on these windows. So there's many options. One of them is decorative window film. So if you're just looking to dress it up a little bit and have some decoration, window film is a really nice, economical way to cover it, and it can be changed on a regular basis. A lot of the roller blinds, when she talks about not liking the slat types of ones or the horizontal blinds, those ones can be really quite dusty sometimes, and that's typically what people don't love about them. Roller blinds are really popular right now, and they do have a lot of the ability to let light in and still provide some privacy if that is important. When she's talking about the motorization, that's a really good question, and motorization right now is one of the hottest trends and something that is going to become very important in our lives. We always talk about, in the past, you would never open a garage door, get out of your car and open a garage door. And so to think of it being motorized or to push a button to open it would have been unheard of, not that long ago. But blinds, we always talk about, is that in 5, 10, and maybe even sooner, all of our window coverings will be motorized. So people who are in current homes right now thinking about motorization, that is something that we can do post-build. But with all the building going on in Regina, we talk a lot about really putting some effort and some time into planning motorization for your home and having it hardwired, because in the very near future, everything will
it's going to be standard.
Everything will be standard. That's right. So that is an option as well. And the other thing that she talked about was pet-friendly, no ropes and no strings. And That's something that our company is very passionate about when it comes to pets and to children's safety, as well as the look and the cleanliness of not having strings. But when we are talking about pet friendly and child safety, all of our window coverings come with the option of not having cords, so having a cordless lift system of some sort. So that's something that's really important. And then if you have that one pesky pet and or child sometimes that may ruin the blinds. The other thing that's really fun about our company and Budget Blinds specifically, we're the only company in North America who has a 5-year no questions asked warranty. And what that means is that on top of our limited 25-year lifetime warranty, no matter what happens to your blinds, if your pets wreck them, kids wreck them, or you have a wild party and something happens, no matter what, every blind can be replaced one time for free, no questions asked.
Great. Listen, I need to take a quick break here. Everyone stay with me through the break. We got lots more coming. We're also going to have Sharon who's going to join us from Budget Blinds as well in the second half. And so many more guests. We're going to get it all covered off. Quick break. We're back with more News Talk 980 CJME.